Okay, good. So as I said, I've already distributed these notes to you. When you go to onenote.com, you log in using your full Westwood email address and the password, Panther 2019 exclamation point, or whatever password you're using to get in. And then you click on Class Notebook, and then this will all load for you. Right here under Content Library, the class notes are there. Okay, so what I write here will be there. It's your responsibility to get on that. You can access it from any browser, but the best way is through the app, OneNote app. If you need help with that, get with me later. If you want a textbook on your own time, go down to the library and check one out, because all this information is coming right out of the textbook. Okay, so as I say, it's your responsibility to learn. It's my responsibility to teach. Yes. What do you think? It is. Okay. So when it says distribute, we just multiply across every term with n. So this becomes n squared minus 3n cubed plus 2n. When it says factor, 6m squared minus 8m, what it means is pull out the greatest common factor, which in this case would be m. So you're going to divide each term by m, which leaves us with 6m minus 8. Yeah. Yes, they could. So let's, good catch. You could further simplify by dividing a 2 out of each term. So it would be 2m. It's a good catch. So it would be 2m times 3m minus 4. Good. So just on that one, factoring out an m by itself, still an equivalent expression, but this, what Coach did, this is the correct answer. This is fully factored. That's what we say. Fully simplified. All right, now on number 9, we'll simplify. And the way that I do that is the first thing I do is I gather my like terms together. So that would be 4w squared plus 15w squared plus w. And then I add my coefficients, 4 and 15, to get 19w squared plus w. And then I pull out a w to give me w open parentheses 19w plus 1. Because w divided by w is 1. This is something I want you all to be real careful with, okay? So number 9, that was one that something you need to pay attention to. Coach, would you please go retrieve the gentleman in the hall and just tell him that if he's going to be in this room, he's going to have to work, or we'll find somewhere else for him to be permanently. All right. Number 20. So this one looks hard, but you're going to do all this you're doing all this in your head, or you should be doing it all in your head. What we're doing is we're matching mentally the 5 with the 4, and we're going to multiply that. So 5 times 4 is 20. x times x cubed is x to the fourth. And y times y is y squared. No need for a calculator there. Just kind of. Now, this one looks, again, it looks hard, but it's just exactly the same as number 20. You're going to multiply common things together. So like negative 2 times 7. It's going to be negative 14. A to the fourth times A is A to the fifth. C to the fifth times C to the fourth. That's the product rule, which means we add the exponents. And so we get C to the ninth. Looks like a chemical equation. Now, number 22, this is fun. Find the area of a square given side length 6x cubed inches. Well, remember this rule that for any given square, the area is equal to the square of the side length. So if I know one side length, all I have to do is square it, and I have the area of the square. So let's just do this. Area equals 6x cubed all squared. This is called the power rule. Okay? You have an expression raised to an exponent. And what you have to do is multiply that exponent times each of the exponents inside the expression. And let me make a big point of this. That 6 has an exponent of 1. All right, so you need to multiply like that. So we now have 6 squared x to the 6th power. Inches squared. Square inches, okay? And then to simplify further, 6 squared is 36. 6 times 6 is 36. X to the 6th inches squared. Good. That's good. If you end up using the textbook, this is where they came from on page 461. I don't know why we're playing the game today where we're not going to allow my fingers to expand and contract the page, but that's the game that OneNote wants to play with me today. So it crashed earlier in first period in the middle of the stream, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Tell you what I'm going to do to kind of head that off. I'm going to close any non-essential app and dim the brightness on my display. Oh, okay. That should help a little bit. Okay, so turn it to a new page or whatever, and I want to tell you how you're going to have to write notes or you're going to be left in the dust. You want to, when you're writing your notes, you are writing a rough draft of the final product of your notes. So you're trying, the idea here is speed, not pretty. Pretty comes later when you rewrite your notes. In college, you always end up rewriting or typing your notes after you take them. So don't attempt to try to make everything really pretty. Just copy it down as fast as humanly possible. Oh, okay. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. If you're interested in trying out the chair, please sign up for Miss Avery in room 122. We encourage all males and females to sign up, even if you've never shared before. Just a reminder, there will be peer tutoring every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3:45 to 4:30 p.m. The class of 2021 is selling chocolate dip strawberries. Last day to order is Saturday, February 8th, $20 per dozen and $12 per half dozen. They will be delivered on Valentine's Day. See office for more details. Have a great day and feel someone's right this week.
As you're writing this down, I'll let you know. Maybe I already said this, I'll say it again. I'll be here every day until 4:30, and every night I'm going to hop on that live stream. Those of you who jumped on it over the weekend, we kind of proved a concept. I also proved it with Emma. We can successfully communicate. All right. So if we're going to work on our homework at night, I'm going to open up that live stream as kind of a lab. So if you say, hey, I don't know how to do this one, and you give me that unique code from your Delta Math, or you tell me a number from the book or whatever it is, then I will be more than happy to help you so you can see me working it out. I can't stress enough how important this class has just become. If it wasn't important to you already, it is going to get really, it's going to become something that you'll need to focus on to keep up. This is being live streamed. Once the live stream happens, it takes about an hour for it to process, and then it's posted as a video. It'll say third period Algebra 1, February 3rd, 2020. So you can go back. If you're not keeping up with the notes here today, or you're not here today, you can go back tonight and you can rewatch not just a version of the lecture, but this exact lecture, which I'm saying right now, this will all be there, okay? And just on that point, please don't use any last names because we are streaming. Thanks. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, the first step is to find each perimeter. So we'll find the perimeter here. We'll call this perimeter 1. Two times 3x plus 4 plus 2 times x. That's 6x plus 8 plus 2x. That's 8x plus 8. Perimeter 2. Two times all this, 2x squared plus 3x plus 6 plus 2 times x. Notice that when I say parentheses, I start using when I say times, I start writing a parentheses because that's what that means. And so now we just do 2 times 2x squared. Let's go 4x squared plus 6x plus 12 plus 2x. Now combine like terms. 4x squared has no like terms, so just write 4x squared plus 6x plus 2x is 8x, so plus 8x plus 12. Now we take the difference. Okay, so I'll show 2 different ways to do this. And you use the way that you like the best after you see both ways, okay? But I want you to write down both ways. So here's the difference. And this is going to be way 1. Whoa. Let's go back. Here's difference way 1. take the bigger thing and put it on top of the littler thing and line up all the terms. So it's like stack method. This looks more like addition and subtraction that you remember. 4x squared plus 8x plus 12 minus 8x plus 8. Okay. Uh-oh. So the inability of me to move this ruler is some indication of the memory of the machine. I don't know why this is happening today, but if it crashes on us again, I'll have to restart the computer. Okay. And now we just subtract. 4x squared minus nothing is 4x squared. 8x minus 8x is 0. So you don't have to write anything. Just leave that space blank. And then 12 minus 8 is positive 4. So write down the sign and the number. And then just kind of on a new line, kind of smush them together so it looks nicer. 4x squared plus 4. And that is the difference in the two perimeters. Here's the way to. The second method, I'll tell you, they're both fine, but your teachers in upper level math classes will likely use this method. They're going to say 4x squared minus 8x plus 12 minus, open parentheses, 8x plus 8. And this is the key point. You have to distribute that negative symbol. So, oh, pardon me. Thanks. 4x squared plus 8x plus 12 minus 8x minus 8. Combine like terms and simplify. And write the answer in descending order of exponents with the number by itself at the end, if there is one. So let's first say, well, 4x squared has nothing to pair up with, so it's just going to hang out. It's a wallflower. 8x minus 8x is 0, so we just drop that. Those cancel out. And then 12 minus 8. 12 minus 8 is positive 4. And so you see we saved a line. I mean, I guess you could say if we had just smushed them together in this line, you'd have exactly the same number of steps. But you arrive at the same answer. Me personally, I like the left side because I'm more of a visual person. You might like the right side. Understand that you're probably going to be seeing the right side more often. Okay? New page, guys. New page. Now, let me tell you how to write these notes so you actually have a shot at it, okay? Don't write any of this, okay? Just write Part C, degrees. 1, def. For definitions, okay? And then put A, constant, space, leave a space. B, monomial, leave a space. C, binomial, leave a space. D, trinomial, leave a space. E, all expressions, okay? Leave a space. That way you don't write any of this. What you're doing is you're getting down the skeleton of what's up on the board. And then you'll actually have a shot at keeping up. So note-taking is a skill. And unfortunately, we haven't really done a very good job of teaching it. Myth number one of note taking is that you should write everything. You can't. But here's the good news to those people who are nervous. All this is, you already have all this in your OneNote. And this is being live streamed. So worst case scenario, just pull it up on YouTube and scroll to this section and finish filling it out later. Okay. So all I'm writing is part C, degrees, 1 def, A constant, B monomial, C binomial, D trinomial, and I might even stop writing at that point. This should take me 10 seconds, 15 seconds to get the skeleton down on the page. So this is going to take up 1 full page of your notes. Okay, now, active listening. Pay attention. A constant is anything that is not a variable. In other words, anything that's a number or anything that represents a number like pi. I've just listed a bunch of examples there. 5, 9.5, 7.2, pi, 3/4, 3 pi over 5, and the square root of 6. Okay, those are all constants, meaning whatever happens to the problem, those don't change. If they're by themselves, they don't change. Okay, B, monomial. Okay, so monomial is a type of polynomial, but it only has one term. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean one letter, okay? It means something with just one term. In other words, one thing grouped together, not separated by addition or subtraction. So you look at these examples, give you a clue. X, 2x squared, 25x squared y, 6x squared y cubed z to the 5th. And then even these over here, the little fractions, 42x squared over 7y. That is something that you could reduce, by the way. I'm looking at that and I see I could divide 42 by 7 and get 6x squared over y. And then 81x squared y cubed over 9xy could be reduced down to 9xy squared. You divide 81 by 9, x squared by x, y cubed by y. Gives you 9xy squared. But they're all monomials. Bless you. They're all monomials. Bless you. So let's go on to C. Binomial. And the reason I've highlighted the prefix with the number that it goes with is because these make sense. Mono, bi, tri, 1, 2, 3. Makes sense, right? So a binomial is a polynomial with two unlike terms. Here's the key. There is a plus or minus sign in between each term. Even here, this one's kind of the weird one. Okay, this is still a binomial because it has two separate terms separated by a plus sign. Trinomial, a polynomial with three unlike terms. So as we get into quadratic equations, you're going to be seeing a lot of these and these, binomials and trinomials. So again, this can be as simple as x plus y minus z, or negative 3x squared minus 2x plus 1, or something weird like 6x squared y cubed plus 4x squared plus x, or even this fraction, x minus y plus z over 5. These are all trinomials. And then we kind of give up on the idea of giving cool names to them. All expressions with more than three terms, and that should say are, not is, are just called polynomials. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Degrees. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how you're doing it, man. It's up. I mean, it's up to you. It really is. See, if you're on the football field and you're just standing there while everybody else is doing their exercises, coaches have a certain liberty to enforce your activity. But as a teacher, I really don't have that liberty as much as I wish I did. I don't have it. So I can just encourage you to pay attention. All right, so degrees of a monomial. Monomials are weird because you have to add up all the exponents of the variables. So I want to do this example together. X, y cubed, z to the fourth. Samantha, look closely here at this one. X, y cubed, z to the fourth. And what I want you to do is add up the orange numbers, and that's going to be the degree of the monomial. But don't forget invisible exponents when you add. What do you think the degree of this monomial is? 8th degree monomial. That is exactly right. Good job. So we would call this degree 8. Or you could say 8th degree. Okay? So what Sam did is she knew that there was a 1 in the exponent position of the x. And so she said 1 plus 3 plus 4 is 8, degree 8. All right, now the second example I want to show with you because it kind of is tricky. First, please recognize that 4 is just a number. It's not a variable, and you don't consider exponents of numbers. You only consider exponents of variables to find degree. Okay, so let's understand that we can cancel x squared with x. So we'll have a reduced fraction of 4 to the 5th power times x. And then the y's cancel out entirely. See? So now what's the degree of this monomial, Emma? Don't add the, we don't care about this guy. Because that exponent goes with the number. So just count this one here. 1st degree monomial. So monomials are the only weird ones. The rest of them are very easy. All other polynomials, you just count the highest exponent. Okay? Let's do what's called a choral response. That's where you all shout out at once. What is the degree of x squared plus 2? Out loud. Yeah, 2nd degree or degree 2. What is the degree of m cubed plus 2n to the 4th? 4th degree. Because when it's a polynomial, 4th grade, that's what I was writing. 4th, that's, okay, the highest degree. So when it's a monomial, you actually do count them up. When it's a polynomial, you just look for the highest exponent, and that's your answer. Now here, this one's another gameplay. We can cancel because look, you have a here and a here. You can cancel and rewrite as a plus 2. And then you cancel out one of the b's. So you have a plus 2b squared. This is a 2nd degree polynomial. And the type of polynomial that this is a binomial because there's 2 terms. These are all binomials, actually, if you look at them. Okay, so there's degrees, and then there's like the name of it. It's a second degree binomial. Okay, it's possible that you could have well, let me hold off on that. And keep in mind, you must simplify before finding the degree. You always have to do your simplification and reducing a fraction stuff before you start looking at the degree. Okay, I already mentioned this once, but this is stylistic. We always write polynomials in descending order by, and then it should say exponent. So use by highest exponent. Once you sort the numbers like that, then you sort the letters by how they appear in the alphabet. So all we're doing in this example is reordering this. I'm going to bring that 5x cubed up front. And then the next highest order is plus 3x squared. Okay, and then I'm going to go with plus x because that comes before y, plus y. And then the number by itself always goes at the end. So it'd say like 3, 2, 1, 1, nothing. Okay. We're going to skip this for now. But that's something I would like to see some folks do. That's kind of a challenge question. Okay, hold up. I'll go back. I don't want you to get so frustrated. It's really important stuff that's coming up. If you can wait 10 minutes or 5 minutes, maybe. Yeah. Can I move on now? Okay. Just remember you have this recorded. Can you bring me your notebook real quick? Not you. You. Good. Thanks. Now can I go on? Okay. This is kind of the big part of today's lesson. Multiplying binomials. I can't teach you how to do quadratic equations until you can do this skill instantly. All right? So for reference, this is TEKS 10B. It's a 10B. It's a supporting standard. And you can find information about this on page 480 of the book. I want to just stress again, I have a YouTube video that's available at the end of this document. You can just go to my YouTube channel, scroll down until you see how to get your textbook for free. And it says not clickbait. Watch that video. It'll show you how to get the textbook on your phone. I would do it. I'm going to tell you right now. Based on the survey I put out at the end of last week, what I got back was huge support for the online and the paperless. But I did get a request from several people, hey, could we somehow do like a hybrid where I still have a way to tether this class to like a book? And so I did. I'm aligning it with the book. So you can go to the library and get a physical textbook checked out for the whole year. Take it home, and then when you see these page numbers, you go to there, and it'll really, really help you. It will, okay? So, we're multiplying binomials. It's different than when you're multiplying anything you've ever multiplied before. It's weird. So notice this. We're going to multiply 2x plus 3 times x plus 5. Look at how I've color-coded it. First, we multiply 2x by everything over here, by x plus 5. And then we add that to 3 times everything over here. This is called the horizontal method, and I don't like it. Okay, we're going to learn 3 methods today, This is the one that I like the least, but I got to be honest, you will see this. So we need to know how to do it. So we just distribute 2x times x, that's 2x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Plus 3x plus 15. Okay? Combine like terms. Here's two like terms here. So I got 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. I find it unintuitive. Okay? I find the next two methods more intuitive. So this is increasing order of intuitiveness. The second method here, FOIL. This is really, really common method. I don't ask you to memorize much in this class, but I do need you to memorize what FOIL means. So when I say FOIL, you have to think first, outer, inner, last. We're going to say this together several times, okay? Do you need me to scroll up? Is that what you're doing, Sheridan? Oh, okay. First, outer, inner, last. That's FOIL, F-O-I-L. First, outer, inner, last. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. First, outer, inner, last. Again, first, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. You got to say it. You got to say it 1,000 times. It's like my Spanish teacher made me say "o, as, a, amos, an" a billion times. We used to even say it like the "o, as, a, amos, an" like that over and over and over. So memorize that. Okay, FOIL. And here's how you do FOIL. Once you memorize it, it becomes really simple. What it means is you're going to multiply the first two terms of the binomials together. X times 3x is 3x squared. Then you multiply the outer terms, x times 4, which is plus 4x. Then you multiply the inner terms, negative 2 times 3x, which is minus 6x. Then you multiply the last terms, which is negative 2 times 4, negative 8. Here's a little trick. Every time you do FOIL, these middle two terms are going to be alike. They're going to be like one another. You can combine them, okay? Every single time. So now we have 3x squared, and then 4x minus 6x. What's that? Negative 2x, thank you, Gracie, and then minus 8. So here's your, this is what's called the quadratic expression. Okay, when you multiply two binomials together, okay, depending on the degree, you'll end up with something that looks like that. That's called a quadratic, right? Just going to do another one real quick. Okay, so first, x times 2x, 2x squared, outer, plus 3x, inner, plus 2x, last, plus 3. So 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. Watching that live stream over the weekend, you guys saw me doing these really fast. You got to get really fast with it, and you're going to get some practice. Okay? Next up is the box method. People either love FOIL or hate FOIL, but everybody loves the box method, okay? Because the box method uses a picture. Here's how you do box method. Everybody's going to love this. Write x plus 3 here, and write x, and then write minus 4. If you've ever done a Punnett square in biology, Gregor Mendel, it's the same thing. X times x is, get some confidence. What is it? X squared. What's x times negative 4? 3 times x. 3 times negative 4. Yeah. Okay. This is, to me, this is easier because it kind of it reduces the chance that you're going to make a mistake because you're filling in the boxes. Now you're going to combine everything together and write it out just like the other one. So highest exponent goes first. That would be the x squared. Then you have to combine the middle terms. 3x minus 4x is negative x. And then you just have that last term. Okay? And you could have, by the way, you could have written out an intermediate step of x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 12. Okay? Let's do the box method for this one. Go away. 2x plus 5 on top. Then the 10x goes here, and the 6 goes here, like positive 6. Okay, here's your box. And let's fill this out together. 2x times 10x. 20x squared. 2x times 6. Correct. 12x. 5 times 10x. 5 times 6. Okay, 30. Now let's write it all out. This time we'll just do 2 lines. So 20x squared plus 50x plus 12x plus 30. Now we can combine those middle terms. 20x squared, what is that, 62? Plus 62x plus 30. You ready to see your homework? Right here. Okay, this is the homework. This comes from page 483. If you don't think that you're going to have the presence of mind to get on OneNote later, maybe you should take a picture of this. I'll try to remember to put it on Remind, but I'm going to say this into the live stream too. It's my job to teach, okay? It's your responsibility to learn. And I'm putting this up here. This is due tomorrow. You write it in your journal. Okay? I want you to do FOIL on the odds. On the evens, I want you to use box. I want you to write each product as a quadratic expression in descending order by degree or by exponent, kind of like this. If you need help, go to the video on how to download the book. Download the book. Go to page 483 in the book. This is bracketed by all kinds of examples showing you how to do it. For my people who are advanced, there's some extra practice on page R8. Or you could just go ahead and do this one. Oh, I guess I even assigned it. Yeah, you should do that. This is a star question right here. Good job today. This was a fast-paced day. Are there any questions about the homework? Okay, listen, some of you are going to get done with this really quickly. You can go ahead and start on your Delta Math homework as well. If you get done quickly, go ahead and get started on your Delta Math. But it's not due till Wednesday, okay? So if you log into Delta Math, you'll see stuff due, but it's going to say due Wednesday. But this is due tomorrow, okay? This is going to be how the classes are going to have to be for the next couple weeks. Got a lot of information to cover. No. This is a paperless classroom. About 1 minute. 15 seconds. What? Oh, that's how Brenda hears me. It translates it. Okay, great job, everybody. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Hi.
Mr. Morelli, you're gonna end up killing me.
Wait a minute.